Hello everybody! Today's video comes in 3 parts. Part 1, I'm going to show you my stuffed mole, like the animal. Part 2, I'm going to read a selection from Our Town by Thornton Wilder. And Part 3, I'm going to read you a poem that I have written. So, Part 1 is my mole. I present to you, ladies and gentlemen, Sarah Molin. Is my mole-tastic take on Sarah Palin. I hope you notice the sign right here. Like, you like that? Yep. And the glasses. You got the glasses and the lips. Yep. And the hair. Fantastic. Oh, I love it. I love it so much. Oh, gosh. So now you have seen Sarah Molin, my finest creation of my entire life. So now I'm going to make a very strange transition to a Pulitzer Prize winning play. I want to read a part of Our Town, which is my favorite part of the play, and I'm going to take it out of context. Basically, I'm going to stop it abruptly at a line which is not going to make a lot of sense and really isn't the main point of the passage that I'm reading, but it kind of is the reason why that I write poetry, which will transition to my next thing I'm going to do, which is read you a poem. So I'm going to read you the selection now. And it starts off with Emily, one of the main protagonists of the play, after she has gone back into a day of her life when she was a child, after she's passed away, and had some realizations about mankind and how we think about things. Emily. I didn't realize. So all that was going on and we never noticed. Take me back, up the hill to my grave. But first, wait! One more look. Goodbye. Goodbye, world. Goodbye, Grover's Corners, Mama and Papa. Goodbye to clocks ticking, and Mama's sunflowers, and food, and coffee, and you are in dresses and hot baths, and sleeping and waking up. Oh, Earth, you're too wonderful for anybody to realize you. Do human beings ever realize life while they live it? Every minute? Stage manager. No. The saints and poets, maybe. They do some. So that's the passage I like to read. And that I did read, obviously. Basically, that last line is why I write poetry. I want to realize why we're living. I want to realize living while I'm still alive. I don't want it to be something that I just don't ever think about, and poetry is kind of my attempt at doing that. So that's why I write poems. And now I'm going to make a transition into one of my poems. This current poem that I'm going to read to you is kind of a novelty poem, to be perfectly honest. I wondered if it was possible to write a poem that each stanza focused on one of the pronouns, one of the subject pronouns. So like the first stanza would be I, then you, then I had a stanza for he, she, it, then we, you being plural, and they. So I'm now going to read this poem to you, and I hope you like it. I hear the call of a lifetime ring, and feel no need to respond to it. I sound the chimes of the lonely life. Pray to God no one hears them. You have to run for the late bell. You have no control over where or when. You see your name in the neon lights. Now tell me if that's spelled right. He's got his rules to follow. Own personal guide to summer numb. But as he sees the wedding rings fill up, he turns his head and carries the 0. She knows all that life involves. Lies, lambs, landings, and love. And she knows she can fake it long enough to figure it out. It looks like a real man, and it can talk like one too, full of blank, foolish, empty words. It just doesn't have the eyes. We pretend like we don't comprehend, Like we got caught in the game and the trap. We just put on a show. Too bad we won't be around for the second feature. You all see how the light bends, how you perceive the colors. Sometimes you all wonder, what happens when you mix green with blue? They don't think I can handle this, with their judge and their lane and their spout. They don't want to admit that they've been right all along. So that's my poem, and I hope you enjoyed that. So that's my video for today. I know it was kind of an odd video that went through a lot of different things, from Sarah Molin, which I still love. For anybody out there who's wondering why I'm making a stuffed mole, it has to do with chemistry class. I'm really not going to get into it. For those of you who are in my chemistry class or understand why that I'm doing this, then it's Molin. So then I went on to do lots of other crazy literary stuff that doesn't have anything to do with Sarah Molin. So this has been a crazy video. I'm just going to go ahead and end it before it gets crazier. So, bye.